dreadful song that consumed civilizations has begun to play again. On this place, summoned by its melody, where everyone must face their past, those who seek its power will come to its heart to reclaim it.
First of all, if you're familiar with the anime games, or not, it doesn't really matter, the folks announced a new game in the series going by the Song from the Abyss. Not quite announced, but re-revealed after an entire year of wait. I mean, the new game remains the same as an anime-style action RPG, following the series' books and offering a rather heavier on the story kind of entry, with a lot more choices to make. Here's a trailer. The game is coming to consoles, PCs, and even Switch early next year.
Don't think that me letting you in here is an invitation for any funny stuff. Not that I have a problem with funny stuff, especially if you really like the person. My name is Juliet, and it is, as they say in Spain, my cumpleaños. That's right, my birthday.
So I get to school, only everyone's a zombie.
Dragon Games went on and delayed the Lollipop Chainsaw remake from its previously planned 2023 late window to a summer 2024. Now you probably know this, but if you don't, Lollipop Chainsaw was a mainly hack and slasher released more than a decade ago, offering one of the more decent approaches to a zombie apocalypse in overall gameplay. Here's the trailer. The game is now coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles only.
When the zombie apocalypse begins,
One truth becomes...
show no mercy.
I'm gonna F you up!
I'm a mother freaking zombie.
Your turn, you whiny MySpace-haired jerk!
Cocky little whore, I like that.
Bring it on, douchebag!
To the depths of hell!
What are you gonna... You're the one that spoiled brat with daddy issues was worried about.
Nobusaurus sent you then, huh?
And you are?
Kenny fucking Lawrence.
Moving on to number 3, tagged here by its developers is a high-speed hack-and-slash action anime game featuring immersive parkour movement allowing the player to play a style of their choice. So we've got one of those here going by the name Yosuke Lost Descendant. Not really much to talk about except the game was announced only days ago and it's set to be coming out of PCs mid to late 2024.
But how lucky I was to get an invitation for a different kind of job. Oda gave me a gift. One of those Danketsu things y'all be having. It's time for me to get in on the fun.
Even if we're not yet strong enough for Oda, this is still our step forward. So I would let someone like you get in my way!
예식장은 10년 만이네.
10년 전에 결혼하셨나 보죠?
그 해에 전국에서 5쌍이 했어요. 그 다음 해부터는 아무도 결혼 안 했고.
이런 환경에서 결혼해 아이까지 낳으셨다니 영웅입니다, K씨는. 남편분은 금방 찾을 겁니다. 걱정 마세요.
Available on Steam through a demo and an early access phase at number 4, we've got Axiom of Maria. This is a action-adventure, third-person, story-driven hack-and-slasher about a gal trying to get her family back from an AI in Seoul. It's a ghost town we're talking about that has been like this due to some population decline in a cyberpunk style, you can see. Even though it is in early access, it definitely feels like it could be a full game. The game is right now taking you down about $10.
우리가 사는 현실은 주기적으로 피안에 백업이 받아지거든요. 100년 전 스트리트 뷰처럼 AI에게 의식은 피안이에요. 우리가 있는 여기가 AI한테는 꿈인 거죠. 우리 깊은 곳에 남아있는 원시인처럼 AI의 무의식에 사람의 것이 남는 거죠 뭐.
저는 AI의 꿈을 돌아다니는 원시인인가요?
K씨 정도면 원시인이 아니라 꿈에 나타난 무서운 괴물 아닐까요?
Available to wishlist on Steam as of today. At number 5, we've got another open world action RPG here as its developer's first, going by the name Song of the Tides, which is a close call to AC Valhalla, and the reason is you actually go through different lands on a boat, fighting all kinds of folks to gather knowledge and better gear. I don't know if there's a story about this one though, but certainly it looks mighty fine. The game is coming to PCs only sometime next year. Announced around the same time last year, number 6 we have Icod or Icod. It's a sole developer's first project, which was thought to be some sort of joke, but apparently wasn't. Icod's been in the making for over 3 years apparently. What we do know is that it is in active development and will be a PC exclusive upon release. This is, I believe, the second time we're mentioning the game in one of our lists, because we got an update. Here's a trailer, in which case you missed it, well, the game still does require a release window. Coming up behind that at number 7, we have here another Souls-like action RPG, almost Elden Ring inspired. Single player game here going by Graveless. See, this thing here is coming from the famous developers of the Dread Out horror games. It's the company's first attempt at this particular genre, bringing around a somewhat near experience to Bayonetta, with like just less fantasy and more realistic in combat. This game is coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles sometime soon. Coming up behind that, we've got 34 Everlast. This is a super concentrated, they said, action puzzle game where your discoveries and actions unravel a rather complex world of actions in a dying world. So that's the premise. The game itself is an action adventure and lets you play in rounds of up to 10 minutes each, whilst providing a AAA game quality. Funny enough, this game was actually made for busy working class folks to be able to play in short rounds.
咱们这个游戏的这么一个场景呢，我们有没有什么设计的这个来源？比如说，我看现在的这个关卡呢是非常宏伟的。
This has been a thing since the dawn of PlayStation 5 at number 9. We've got here once again the much-awaited Lost Soul Aside. This is a action hack and slash RPG. It's a PC to PlayStation 5 exclusive now. That's been in the works for at least 5 years already. That's almost as old as I've started working, making videos. Sony Interactive just came up with another trailer. gameplay, a rather short period of silence, and said the game's releasing early next year for PCs and the PlayStation consoles only.
的主角它有一些高的机动性，这个也是我们想给玩家传达到的一些东西。
太好了，我们继续推进。
对，像战斗方面也，其实虽然看了我们好像是有一些比较多的 combo， 比较多的连招，但实际上玩家并不需要很复杂的操作，它基本上，我们轻攻击的方块攻击，还有那个重攻击的三角，它基本上是2个键，不需要太多记，它就随意按，基本上就可以有很多很华丽的。比如说这个攻击，我其实全程一直在按三角。
明白。非常流畅。
Number 10. From almost a year ago since reveal, we've got here once again Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, an open world action RPG with a mix of a lot of melee and, old school Flintlock based weapons. The ones that you had to, hence the title. Anyway, this game was originally planned for a late 2022 release, but now coming out in about a few months. We're here into PCs and both generation of consoles, not Switch. That's how it looks. Apparently, you have the ability, in addition to all of that, to freeze time and even teleport. At number 11, I've heard a lot of good things about this one so far. As a first work of its developers too, we've got something called Phantom Hellcat, a 2D 3D hack and slash exploration based platformer like a Metroidvania, and probably what you get by mixing Bayonetta with some cyberpunk stuff. This game is on its way to PCs, all consoles except Switch, and is set to be released early to mid next year. Once again, coming as the first work of its developers, kind of set in Japan, but in the same vein as the Stellar Blade, the upcoming game, we've got another hack and slasher, a third person, action heavy, but with time manipulation stuff, like superhero style. The game Enra, it is a PC exclusive, as a sole trailer developers came up with so far. The game is set to come out by the end of the year.
你运用流的方式很特别，难怪东方要那么看好你。也许你能成为解决这次危机的关键。
Tencent's TiMi Studios released a new gameplay trailer for Honor of Kings World earlier in the month. You might have seen it already, but developers will co-work translated this game to an open-world co-developers actually translated this game to an open-world action RPG in the same universe of the mobile game Honor of Kings, most of you familiar with already. Supposedly the game will support co-op multiplayer like Genshin Impact and a separate single player too. There's a trailer, the game is going to PCs and the next generation of consoles only sometime next year.
璀璨就在你眼前，容我为你展示极致的机关之美。让我们开始游戏吧。接招！啊！
In a world where heroic creatures roam, an ancient power lies dormant, awaiting the chosen few, who possess the virile ability to unlock its secrets.
Moving on to number 14, we have Clash Heroes of Thoralia. This is a passion project of a new team in town as a open world action RPG, science fiction meet medieval. See, this game is coming to PCs only with a Steam page and a Patreon in the works. This is the first official gameplay we got. Also at this point is the game is coming to PCs only sometime next year.
Together, they rise against the alien world destroyer. With harnessing the power of the mysterious magical crystals. Unleashing their true potential, they shall become one with the untamed forces of nature, embracing their destiny as the protectors of Thoralia Terra. Join forces, gather your allies, and rise against the alien invaders.
Across the farthest reaches of Vizanios Desert hides the remains of a derelict structure.
And last but not least, we've got here once again Monolith Requiem of the Ancients. This is a action RPG, rather third-person action adventure. It promises a journey across a mystical world threatened by evil, and of course it's up to you to stop the world from falling into that. Anyway, Monolith here is coming to PCs, Switch, and both generation of consoles early next year.
Beware, young hero, for the temple is as full of danger as it is mystery. Will you find the answers you seek? Or will you find only